Hey everyone. This morning we're going to talk about the emphasis exercise. So I've got, or I don't know if it's morning for you. It's morning for me right now. So we're going to try it ourselves. So what is emphasis, first of all, before we even get started? Emphasis is just a way to make something in an image stand out. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. You can do it with color, as you can see in these pieces up here. You can do it with value. You can do it with color and value, obviously. You can do it with size. You can do it. Here's another one, value. Here's positionality. So this guy's over here, and all these guys are over here. Here's another example of that happening. Positionality and size. So a lot of different ways of creating emphasis. Here's this one uses color and size. So you can use more than one to create emphasis. And graphic designers and artists in general use this all the time because generally in a piece, the most important thing I want you to think about is you want something somewhere to kind of stand out, be important, especially if you're trying to sell a product or if you're just trying to catch our eye. You know, nobody wants to look at a piece and have nothing to look at. They want to see something somewhere in the piece, make something stand out. Okay, here's another one in photography, which we're not going to really focus on, which is literally focus. So that's another way to create emphasis, which we won't go into. Okay, so emphasis again is making something stand out in a piece. So what you're going to do is download this exercise and open it in Photoshop. I already have it here, and this is my original, so I'm going to make a copy of it. You don't have to do this once you download it. And call this copy. There it is. So I'm working on that. All right. So how do you get started? All right. First things first. Put your name in here. So where it says name down here at the bottom. See that? Double click on the T. Look, that pops up. And come on over here and write your name in. So Mississippi Silver. Woohoo! Okay. How exciting. And then emphasis is, well, you can write what you want. Please don't write exactly what I say here. But emphasis essentially is using, you could say one of these principles above. So you could say using, or if you don't want to talk about that specifically, you could say making something stand out in a piece, in a visual piece. You know, so it doesn't have to necessarily be a piece of graphic design. So something visually stands out. Okay, that's emphasis. So how do we get started here? Let's start with the first one. Once we go through these, you're going to get this. So value is lightness or darkness of a color. So value, just to define that as we're going, lightness or darkness. Simple. Okay, so how light or dark is something? So if I am looking at this up here, and I notice I'm in the value group when I do this. So I went ahead and opened that up, went right to the word value. So I'm going to go to layer 2, which is this group right here, which is associated with value. Okay, so if I want to change these and do something with them, let's say that I grab the selection tool, and I'm going to grab the magic wand tool right here. And I'm going to make sure it's set to contiguous. And I'm going to click on this little guy right here. And if I zoom in, you can see that that guy is selected. So if I grab a whole bunch of these guys, right, see like that. See how these are all selected? So let's say if I decide to just go ahead and give them a lighter value. So there's my paint bucket tool. See how I can do that really quickly. So these are all going to be nice and gray. And it looks like these are like opposed. So if I just keep going, so I did that too quickly. I should have grabbed some more. So here, hold on the shift key, right? Take all these. And I think I'm just going to be lazy. I'm going to go to the eyedropper tool right there. Click on that again. So I've got that gray again. And fill all these in. And I think you can see very clearly that there is now a very clear emphasis being placed on this piece right here because it stands out next to these other circles. So that is value in a nutshell. That's how you do this. So for each of these, the idea is that you're going to use, like for example, this one, obviously color, right? Oopsie, I didn't mean to fill that in. And over here, size. You're going to have to change the size of one of these. Now, as you go through all these, just to show you, they're each in different groups. So if I want to activate the color, I have to go to the color group, and then I open it up, and you can see there is the group of circles, and there is the definition. I don't think I have to give a definition right now for color or for size. I just gave one for value because that's kind of an odd one, okay? So that's how you get started. And if you need more assistance with these, I will go through the rest in 2 more videos after this.